I think we learned from just hearing shit like, yo, man, 3 years after the league, you fucked up, or 5 years.
What
You know
did
what I mean?
do to y'all? Like, what that paranoia like, because you see a lot of players be up here and then leave. Your boy, for instance, that's in Chicago, he's doing a documentary about him or whatever and shit. And he was in the NBA, but now he opening up the mailbox with no key. What's the guy's name? Anybody? You know what I'm saying?
Chicago?
That's New York.
Oh, Sebastian.
That's here. That's here.
Yeah, he went to Lincoln.
That's here.
Okay, yeah.
That was my class.
Yeah, that's his class too. That's a younger.
Wow.
We came out of high school together.
But I'm like that. The question I think I'm trying to ask is that anxiety that you guys carry, not just in the game, but after the game. Once the lights turn off and it's no more basketball. Like, what direction are guys looking into, or are you paranoid about what your next direction is because of all the failed stories and shit?
Well, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, like for me, like it's different because like at the end of the day, I ain't in the Hall of Fame. I wasn't no superstar. I was, I was robbing.
It depends on who you ask, nigga. It depends on who you ask.
No, but
brother.
I was just saying in the grand scheme of things,
Absolutely.
like when people think about dudes who retire, they gonna think about him way more than they gonna think about me when they remember the teams and remember that the player that he is and was. So. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with who I am. I know who I am and all that. But at the same time, I got kids too.
Yeah.
I got family too.
Yeah.
That money stopped coming in how it was coming in at one point. And you know what I mean? You got to start really, I can't. Nope. Relationships fall. Like you can't, your outlet which was at the highest level, you can't even get that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially as an athlete. Yeah. That's what. One thing about like, I feel like for like musicians, y'all could do that shit. You could run it for a minute. You could tour and you could perform shit for as long as people, you got relevancy and whatnot and people want to still hear you. But shit, you can only run, that ball gonna keep bouncing for so long, bro.
Your last shot.
Your last shot, shit.
I feel like Odell caught a lot of heat for that this week, right? I think he was on the pivot, and I think he's talking about how like $100 million ain't really $100 million, and how he ran through it. And I think Shannon Sharp, I think Chad Ochocinco, they were just like, nah, like how does that happen?
Well, $100 million. That's $100 million. Let's not get that.
It's not 100,
but it's not really $100 million in over a 5-year span.
Pay attention, y'all.
Right, like you talking about taking 58 to 60%, 58% or 48%, half your check, right? So that 10 goes to 5 over 5 years, right? So now within that 5, now you got other taxes that you got to pay.
Pay taxes in every state you play in.
Right? So now you got taxes alone that's going to hit you. Boom. You can't do nothing about that.
Right.
Then you got to live. You got to get a house. You're going to take care of your moms.
4% agency fee.
You got your agency fee, right? So you got all of this shit that's happening within that $5 million now, because you ain't working with 10, you working with 5. So now you got to bust down to 5.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And you telling you yes, you got to change your lifestyle, but your lifestyle changes drastically.
100%.
And that drastic lifestyle change
is not
fucks you up mentally.
Traumatized.
Right? That's the gray area that fucks a lot of athletes up.
Okay.
Because they sit in this space of transitioning from having this to now got to budget on a day-to-day basis. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my mortgage. I got to budget how I'm going to pay my car note. I got to budget on food. Like, it's a lot of shit that you almost become back. You got to come back to reality now.
Right.
Because now you ain't got the bread. You got to be honest.
Modest and honest. You got to live
with yourself.
Yes.
And you got to be willing to accept that. So I feel what Odell is saying. Years ago, Sprewell said, I can't live off $7 million a year. Remember that?
Thought it was crazy.
People thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
It's not crazy because everything is relevancy, right? If you're going to live this, if you here and you live in this lifestyle, over 5-7 years, $100 million is not $100 million. You're not even seeing 50 of that million. at all.
Crazy.
Right? So it's a lot of shit that comes into play with that. Now, if you fuck that up,
well, that other half, yeah.
I was about
you know
to say,
what I mean? You fuck whatever that is up. That's on.
Juxtapose that to what happened with Bassie, you know what I mean? And the way that's happening.
I with Bassie, I just don't like that nobody is reaching out or saying, yo, come on, let's talk, let's chop it up, because we a fraternity.
Like how
right? And you're not gonna fuck with everybody.
My joint is like, how is he not like as somebody like running somebody's camp, or like, you know, Adidas ain't paying him to be like, you know,
that's the relationship.
Okay. And this is why he's feeling that way probably. Yo, Adidas, I was the face of your brand at 15 years old.
Right.
Like I played in the league now. I got pension now. You know what I mean? Like I got almost 10 years in the league or 10 years in the league. So I did what I was supposed to do. Right? From high school as a high school phenom, a little kid, family, basketball royalty. You made it out of that and you did 10 years in the NBA. You had a career.
Right.
So now on the flip side of that, everybody has their moments when they down, but nobody is really, people that was next to him and really rocking with him and fucking with him.
Right.
That's the sad reality of this shit.
But that question why would have to be asked to him.
Yeah.
That would have to be
and a lot of it is it's self-indulging. Like it's self-sabotaging. Like we self-sabotage ourselves.
From the outside looking in, it feels like, from the outside looking in, it looks like as an athlete, you have to feel like the ego has to take a check before anything else.
We self-sabotage ourselves as an athlete.
Right.
We just, that's what we do.
Right.
We self-sabotage. We our biggest critics. We our biggest hater. So that's why when you hear athlete, anybody say, man, fuck them niggas. We don't care about what they say. They really don't. We really don't, because we out. You ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna hurt me more than how I already feel about a certain situation.
That's great. Yeah. That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? So I just hope this situation, Bassie being able to open up and really, tell his story.
A pivot.
Yeah.
I think he made a pivot.
So now he realized, okay, and he made mistakes.
Or
he put himself in a lot of situations.
The video joint he's putting.
He put himself in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But now the pivot comes now. Because you ain't gonna stay in that position forever.